the show as soon as I get the all clear from the booth. Looks like we're good to go. So I just have one final question for you. Are you ready to see our contestants face their fears? Then count down to the show with me in 3, 2, 1, go!
I'm Sean Hensley, and this is Fear Factor. The stunts you're about to see were designed and supervised by trained professionals. They are extremely dangerous and should never be attempted by anyone, anywhere, anytime.
Hey folks, I'm your host Sean Hensley. On behalf of our producer Layla and the entire crew, I'd like to welcome you to a special live edition of Fear Factor. Now earlier today we recruited some hard guests, people just like you to come on the show and face some of their worst fears as they perform dangerous and nasty stunts right before your eyes. Are you ready to meet the stars of the show? Let's bring them out now. Here they are, your 4 contestants. Put your hands together. This is Daniel. Next we got Eric. On my left we have Madeline. And last but not least, this is Brian! Here they are, your 4 contestants! Give them a big round of applause! Now, the 4 of you have been chosen for one reason, to prove that you have what it takes to become a true champion of Fear Factor Live. For that to be said, you must complete 3 extreme stunts that will not only test you physically, but mentally as well. If you're too afraid to attempt a stunt, you'll be eliminated. If you try a stunt, then fail to complete it, you're gone. But if you succeed, you move on to the next round. And that much closer to claiming the winner's bragging rights of Fear Factor Live. Are you ready to get this party started? Move right up these stairs, our crew will set you up for that first stunt. And while the contestants are getting ready, let's take a look at some interviews we shot before the show and hear what they had to say.
Hello, my name is Madeline. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I'm going to win Fear Factor because I was born to be wild.
My name is Daniel, I'm from Miami, Florida, and I think I'll win because I want to compete. I'm Brian from West Palm Beach, and I'm going to win Fear Factor because I go for chance. Hi, my name is Eric from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm going to win this because I'm the oldest one in the competition.
Well, that is how our contestants sounded before the show. I wonder how they're feeling right now. Just to give everyone a reminder of what they're in for, let's take a look at some of these highlights from the hit NBC series, Fear Factor. What is it? Okay, just a second. You call me on the first time. No, pretty close to the first time. Okay, just be best to the contestant. But you are going to be on camera, so please do your best smile. Smile. Okay. So, stay right here and I'll come back to you, alright? What did you guys think of that? It looks like we're good to go. Sean, take it away.
Thank you, Layla. Contestants, can you hear me? Good, get your game faces on, listen carefully. This is your first stunt. It's called the endurance hang. Right now you're holding onto a bar suspended by one thin cable. Hold on tight because when we say go, the bottom drops out. You'll be left dangling high above the unforgiving ground below. Now remember, the name of the game is all about endurance. Whichever one of you manages to hold on the longest will gain 2 huge advantages. You get to choose your teammate for the next stunt. Plus, if the next stunt ends in a tie, you and your teammate will automatically advance to the finals. Oh, by the way,
there's one more thing. Starting with our first volunteer, Corbin. Everyone makes a noise for Corbin. Now at the 15-second mark, he's going to throw this lever, turning on some industrial strength fans, which are going to blast our contestants with some pretty serious wind. Is it dangerous? Not necessarily. Is it annoying? Definitely.
Contestants, are you ready? Grab those bars, everyone. Let's bring in the fear. In 3, 2, 1, go! Platforms are down. Does not look as though anyone was caught by surprise. Now keep a close watch on their hands. These bars are designed to be extremely difficult to hold on to for any extended period of time. It's inevitable they will begin to slide off. We're at 15 seconds.
Let's bring that wind, Colvin.
And you can look at Brian up here, just closing his eyes, trying to stay very zen right now, not making any unnecessary movements or anything, but he's shaking his head, knowing that his hands are sliding. As Madeline goes down first, down goes her one friend Daniel. Now we got some adjustments being made by Eric up there, but he's the biggest guy in this competition. It's going to prove to be very difficult for him to hold on. Let's see if his strength can hold out. As you see, Brian's fingers are beginning to pop off the ends. Oh, Daniel's having a Brian! He holds on the longest. Get on down here, buddy. My goodness. 45 seconds. Hey, not too shabby. Certainly not the best, though. The best is held by a 55-year-old grandmother. She held on for 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Pretty remarkable, huh? Probably not on a humid day like this, I don't know. But I think 45 seconds is still pretty admirable. Everybody put your hands together to make some noise for Madeline, Eric, Daniel, and Brian. Great job, all four of you. I'm sure you're beginning to feel that adrenaline flowing now, right? Well, trust me, it's only going to get more insane now. Brian, take a step forward for me, sir. Tell everyone how you're feeling right now.
Sore.
I saw you were beginning to doubt yourself up there. I saw it. You were staying very calm, very focused. Your hands started sliding, and I could tell you're like doing everything you could to keep that from happening. Luckily, you persevered, and now you're standing in front. Now, we need you to make a very important decision right now. Since you held on the longest, you get to choose your teammate for the next stunt. But keep in mind, if you're in that person with the next round, that's who you will face in the finals. Who's going to be, Brian?
My big man right here.
Are you sure that's a smart decision? Obviously, very competitive guy. You trust him.
He got kicks.
Okay, he's got kids. But he also held on the second longest. I think he's going to give you everything you can handle in the finals. You ready for that?
He's gonna help me.
We'll see if you can make it that far. I'm sure Daniel and they'll both do everything in their power to make sure that you do not make it to the finals, all right? Well, all four of you follow Greg to the back. He'll make sure that you guys get good up in that next round. Everyone make some noise for your semifinalists.
And while we're setting up for the semifinals, I want to introduce everyone to Krista. Everyone say hi, Krista. Okay, let's try this again. Everyone say hi, Krista. Hi, Krista. There we go. Now, Krista might look like she's setting up for a pretty extreme swimming stunt, but in fact, she's preparing to face the desert hat ordeal. Now, this is reminiscent of the days when, as punishment, people were buried up to their necks in the sand and left to the mercy of the desert. Krista, go and have a seat for me.
Now, what we're about to do, many of you may find to be extremely disturbing. We're placing Krista inside of this chair. It's literally for her own protection because in a moment, our critter wrangler, Tammy here. Everybody say hi, Tammy!
Hi, Tammy.
Yeah, do not let her sweet smile fool you, folks. She's going to be the bad girl that plays some of these dangerous creatures all over Krista's head. Now, to determine exactly what Krista will be facing, I present to you the Wheel of Fear. As you can see on this wheel are many people's worst phobias like Madagascar hissing cockroaches, a wide variety of snakes, tarantulas from around the world, and my personal favorite, those are the emperor scorpions, easily the nastiest creature on the wheel.
Why am I not surprised that they're your favorite?
Because I'm evil and menacing, maniacal, all those adjectives, sure.
All right, lying out with Krista today is our sister Brittany. Brittany, come on up here and determine her fate.
Nice. Now, Brittany, this wheel's pretty heavy. Show everyone how strong you are. Pull that wheel really good and hard. Don't smash your phone in the process. There we go. Nice. Now, you know me. I personally want it to fall on the scorpions. But hey, you tell me what you want to see it land on. What do you want to see? Rabbits? There's no rabbits. I don't know who said that. Anyway. Well, it's just a matter of time now. It's going to be in the hands of fate. Could literally land on anything. Oh, no!
What is it? Oh.
Krista, tough break. It landed on the scorpions. And that's bad news. I mean, these are no joke. They're the world's largest venomous scorpions that are appropriately named the Widowmakers. Now, Krista, all we ask is that you try and stay as calm as possible. Tammy's going to be placing 5 of these giant scorpions all over your face and head. Now, as long as you can remain calm through this whole ordeal, you will complete this challenge. Now, Krista, are you sure you're ready for this?
Well, Brittany, it looks like she is going to offer zero moral support over here. She's just going to record the whole
Just
thing. So
recording,
I'll
trying to
stand
capture
here.
Krista's humiliating moment here. Okay. Well, I think Krista is as ready as she's ever going to be. Everyone help us out. Let's count down in 3, 2, 1, go! All right, Krista's all thumbs up right now. Let's keep a close watch. See if we see any signs of anxiety. Now, so far, maybe just a little bit of elevated breathing, that's about it. But otherwise, she's being completely immobile, which is exactly what you want to do. You do not want to give these little guys any reason to dislike you. See now 4 minutes way in, now Tammy placing the 5th one in. And Krista's doing great. And she's done it. Make some noise for Krista!
All right, Kristen, I need you to sit really still. Tammy's taking these out. Sometimes they do like to latch on.
Yeah, they do. Those massive pitchers are not just for show. I mean, they're extremely powerful. And when they get a hold of you, trust me, you know it. But I tell you, Krista, she did an amazing job in there. Still all thumbs up. I like her positivity. As Tammy now removing the last one. And it's out. Great job. Hey, everyone, put your hands together for Krista for proving fear is not a factor for her.
Guys, come on, make some noise for Krista and Brittany for getting up close and personal with the Desert Tactical Deal. Sean, take us away to the semifinals.
You got it. I'm going to take a moment to divide the arena. When everyone from this center line all the way over to my right, you're going to be the cheering section for the red team. Make some noise now for Brian and Eric. Center line all the way to the left. You know what to do. Make some noise now for your blue crew. It's Madeline and Daniel. Now, contestants, listen carefully. This next stunt has 2 parts. Brian, Madeline, you've both been designated as the runners for the first portion of this stunt. Now, when we say go, your job will be to sprint over to the tank underneath this cover. Show them what's inside, Layla.
Check it out, carnivorous eels. That's why we call this next stunt the Eel Tank Relay.
You will plunge your bare arm into that eel-infested tank as you attempt to locate a small beanbag. Now, once you have a beanbag in your possession, run back to your starting position. Simply throw your beanbag into the bucket your teammates hold it. You've got 30 seconds to transfer as many beanbags as possible. You may only transfer 1 at a time. Whichever team has the most beanbags in their bucket at the end of 30 seconds, we're going to give that team an advantage for the second portion of this stunt. Oh, by the way,
There's one more thing. As the runners cross the stage, my 2 volunteers, Savannah and Gabriel, will be soaking them with these high-intensity water cannons. Give my volunteers a round of applause!
Madeline, Brian, get on your marks. Everyone, let's count down in
3, 2, 1, go!
And they're all guys. So we see it's going to get really wet and slippery in here. These 2 better watch their pace, their stride. They don't want to slip and lose very valuable time. That time, Brian threw 2 beanbags by accident. They will not count, unfortunately, for him. We're going to have to take that point off the board. You may only throw 1 at a time, otherwise it's out of play. Now you can see that a miss by the blue crew has evened everything up. Now Brian, sensing a little bit more urgency, he's pulling back, kind of throwing a little bit of distance now. Nice focus right there from Madeline, not making sure she's on 2. We're out of time. Let's hear it for these contestants. Come on. Checking on the halftime score over here. We've got 3 for the blue crew, only 2 for the red team. That means the blue crew gets the advantage. Well done. Now for the second portion of this stunt, we're going to give both Daniel and Eric 3 beanbags each. However, since the blue crew won the first part of this challenge, Daniel, we're going to give you 1 extra beanbag for a combined total of 4. Then Daniel and Eric will both be hoisted backwards up into the air, 2.5 stories high. On the count of 3, we cut them loose. And that will set them into a huge pendulum swing. And as they swing back and forth, they'll attempt to drop their beanbags down to their teammates who will be standing on the ground below. Whichever team has the most beanbags in the bucket at the end of this event will move on to the finals. The other team's going home. And oh, by the way, Layla just came up with an awesome idea that's going to make this incredible. We're going to get rid of these boring beanbags and replace them with these. Rancid octopus.
Nice work, Greg. Well done. You're earning that holiday bonus. All right, you 2 runners, meet me down front.
Now we're going to take Madeline from the blue crew. We're going to place her over here to my right. Brian from the red team, we're going to place him over here to my left. Of course, the reason for this is to give their teammates just a bit of extra room to throw these octopus down to them. Now, if you notice, we're going to tether these contestants to the wall. This is going to limit their mobility and, of course, make it that much more difficult to catch unless these throwers are really on target. But I do need to take a moment to warn everyone sitting in our front row seats here, especially these corner stands. We've designated your seats as our octopus splash zones. Can you guess why? Yeah, we've had a few overzealous contestants launch some octopus right over their partner's head and land in our audience's lap. It has happened before. Consider yourselves warned. We may have some sea creatures in the bleachers, okay?
Let's set right.
Let's hoist them up now. And up they go. Remember, teams, 30 seconds. That's all you have. Better make each and every one of your throws count. Just as a reminder, the red team have 3 octopi. However, the blue crew, they have the advantage with 4 since they won the first part of this stunt.
Ready left, ready right.
Time to start chucking cephalopods in. 3, 2, 1, go! The first one's the most challenging one to gauge and catch. Let's see if they can get on the line. Nice. You see, Daniel wanted to feel out the swing that time. Maybe a good strategy. But meanwhile, the red team has 1 point on the board. I missed that time. Madeline couldn't quite reach it. But now they're going into these spins. It makes things so much more difficult to actually hit the mark. A perfect 3 for 3 for a red team. These blue team, you see Daniel trying to grab these next 2 octopus, but he's running out of momentum. It's all going to come down to arm strength at this moment. Daniel, you're going to have to start throwing those octopus, my friend. Nice sidearm shot that time. You should have 1 more in there. It's going to come down to this last swing. Can he do it? It's up. It's in. Let's hear for these contestants. My goodness, we have a 3-on-3 tie. Now, according to the Fear Factor Lab rules, whichever contestant held on the very longest in the first stunt, the endurance hang, they would automatically advance to the finals in the event of a tie. Well, if you remember, that was Brian that held on the longest. That means Brian and Aaron are going to the finals.
Nicely done, guys.
Brian, I'm going to bring it right over here, my friend. Fantastic job. You know, holding on the longest now has really paid its dividends to you. Not only did you find a remarkable contestant to work with, it also just bought you a ticket all the way to the finals. How you feeling right now?
Hey, he saved me.
He made it pretty easy on you, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he didn't make you work too hard to catch those 3. Now, you're going to be competing against him. Do you have any final thoughts for your former teammate going into this finale? Good luck, man. Good luck. All right, anything you want to add to that, Eric?
He's a good competitor. We're having a good time out here, and we're going to win this.
I think we're going to expect some fireworks in this finale. Both of you gentlemen, like before, follow Greg to the back. He will gear you up for this finale. It's going to be great. One more round of applause for your 2 finalists. Meanwhile, Madeline and Daniel, turn around and take a look at this camera if you wouldn't mind. And I tell you what, you opted to take a little practice swing so you could feel it out. And still, that was your first throw of the entire game. You're off target. If you had only landed that octopus, it would be a whole other story. What happened up there?
I don't know. I wanted to test them out, see how far I was going to swing.
Sure. And then it was still a little bit off mark. A little bit out of reach for Madeline. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's what he always says, and I'm proud of us, and congratulations to the winners.
Hey, fantastic. I love that attitude. Unfortunately, today wasn't your day, so we do have to send you down the walk of shame. So let me do. Well, while they're getting ready for the finals, let's see just how many of you can stomach this next event.
And with us, you know her, you love her, you want some more of her. Make some noise for Kristen!
You know, it just wouldn't be Fear Factor if you didn't have an interesting food challenge, right? This is Guess What's Crawling to Dinner.
Let's see what's on the menu today. First up, Seafood Surprise. It's a rotten combination of oysters, clams, octopus, and fish heads and other fish pots in some fish juice.
Delicious.
Yeah.
should
Next
go in
course.
advertising.
What's that?
You should go into advertising.
Oh,
It's a
thank
great,
you. Thank
great
you.
description.
Next course, mystery meets medley. It's the remnants from the meatpacking plant. All that stuff they're nice enough to scrape off the floor at the end of the night and send over to us.
So kind.
Yeah, real weird. When the rep sent it over, he said someone named Sean had requested it.
Well, yeah, I did. I like tasty meat remnants. So
And we're gonna wash all this down with a nice cold glass of sour milk.
It's terrible. I think we've all been a victim of that one a few times.
Yeah.
Krista is already regretting this decision. Whoa, 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 hold on a second. Look, Layla, as disgusting as this obviously is, I don't know,
Yeah.
I still think it's coming up a little bit short here.
What do you mean? What's
Look, I think it's missing something, maybe something more of an exotic
gross.
element that these folks have been
this
saying.
is really disgusting and
No, I'm debating
I mean,
that.
what are you getting at here?
I'm getting at, I think we should maybe put something in there that these folks maybe have seen on the television show.
No, this is a feed podcast. This is a feed podcast. You didn't Come on, you didn't make me expect to.
I did.
I'm not gonna make her eat what they eat on TV.
Hey folks, do you want to see her eat something that they would feed on the show? Do you want to see that? Yeah. Right.
All right, I mean, you've already faced scorpions, so I know that you can do this. Oh, by the way, there's one more thing. I did happen to bring along a little Fear Factor party mix. It's a disgusting combination of crickets, grubs, grasshoppers, and silkworm pupa for that little extra added snap, crackle.
That is terrible. See, now listen to the reaction from the audience here. Now you know you're hitting the target. Just to be on the safe side, they'll want to take this out for you, Krista. This is our official Fear Factor Live Chuck Bucket, an event that you need to return for a tasty smoothie.
There we go. Oh, get that extra bucket.
That's wonderful. That's actually more of a chunky, I guess. Well, listen up, Krista. Here come the rules. They're pretty simple. We're going to give you 30 seconds. Seems like a long time, right? 30 seconds to swallow down every last drop of this delicious, sweet, nourishing gruel. It's basically you against the clock. So if you manage to do it, you win. If you don't, you don't. Wah, wah. So, you ready for this? Let's hope so. Put your hand on the cup, leave it on the table until we say go. Let's count down the chow down in 3, 2, 1, go! Down the hatch it goes. Oh,
wow.
Look at that, just sucking up the cricket there.
I know.
Okay, we're gonna open up your mouth. Show us that you drink it all down. There it is! She's done it! She's done it!
Yes.
You have won, Krista. Great job. You've proven to everyone here fear and apparently taste are no factor for you whatsoever.
Yeah. And just for finishing that sweet, nourishing gruel, as Sean called it, you win this! Your very own official Fear Factor Live I-8 mug! Yeah, that's worth it, right? Let's give Chris a big round of applause! Well done. Take us away to the finals, Sean.
And then there were two. Over here on the left, we've got Brian. On the right is Eric. Remember the last challenge? These guys made an incredible team. But now the gloves are off. It is crunch time. They will battle against one another to become the ultimate champion of Fear Factor Live. One thing stands in their way. An obstacle we call the Stuntman's Challenge. Gentlemen, turn around. Take a look at your wall. Study your wall very carefully. When we say go, your job is to climb up that wall. You must remove all 4 yellow flags along the way. Now, as you remove that top yellow flag, use that window to climb over to the red fireman's pole. Attached to the top of that pole is a red flag with a key on it. You must grab that flag, slide down the pole, run over to your car, jump in, and start the car with the key that's on that red flag. When the car starts, it'll begin to rise into the air. When the car stops rising, jump out onto the hood, remove the 3 remaining flags attached to the front, then you will scramble and jump into the back seat. Take the rocket launcher out of the rear seat compartment and shoot the target on the building behind me. Simply put, whichever one of you shoots that target first will be declared the ultimate champion of Fear Factor Live. Brian, Eric, touch gloves. Go to your walls. Oh, by the way,
There's one more thing. Because this is live, we feel the need to mess with our contestants just one more time. You'll notice we place volunteers at different stations around the stage. It's their job to pound our contestants with these ball cannons, douse them with water as they try to climb the wall, and provide a little break for their car climbing action, because that's what we like to call entertainment here at Fear Factor Live.
you bet it is. Well, sounds like it's going to get a bit wet around here, so I'm ready. Hey, Brian, are you ready over there? Eric, are you ready? Audience, are you ready? Let's get her done in. 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, this is the moment we've been wanting to see. Who wants it more? It's going to be Eric or Brian. Eric said he's got this because he's got age on his side, but he's already made a crucial error. He's passed up those lower 2 flags. He won't be made to go back and remove those flags in order to continue. Eric, your flags are down here. Eric, look down. There you go. Now he sees the error of his ways. And meanwhile, Brian has really got a commanding lead at this point. But Brian now makes a very crucial error as well. He dropped his red flag. He's got to go back and get your red flag. He's got to bring that with him in order to start this car. And now he may have just led Eric back into this competition. Now sometimes something as simple as getting the key into the ignition can prove to be a challenge in this kind of a pace. Let's see if Brian can get this car started without allowing Eric to make up too much time here. Come on, Eric, get that car started. Brian having a hard time getting his started right now. Get it in there. Eric just took the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Eric stays seated until the car stops. Brian stays seated when the car stops, then you may proceed. Now here comes the rain. It is anyone's game at this this moment. This rain effect makes the hoods of these vehicles very slippery. If Brian or Eric slide up the front end of the car, their chances of winning are over. Eric's car will be stopping just 1 second prior to Brian. Eric!
Go! 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 Go!
It's already come down to who can move the fastest on the hood of this car. Eric does have a little bit of a reach advantage. Make his way back to that rocket launcher. It's going to take a finish. Who's it going to be? Fire in the hole! Some noise for Eric! And keep it going for Brian over here. He has been a fantastic competitor. An unbelievable come from behind victory from Eric. Congratulations. You have proven fear is not a factor for you. You have won this edition of Fear Factor Live. Congratulations, my friend. Well, if you think you've got what it takes to be the next champion of Fear Factor Live, we'll be casting our next show right now out in front of the building, and we dare to see you there. I'm your host, Sean Hensley.
I'm your producer, Layla Lawrence.
Thank you for joining us here at Fear
Fear Factor
Factor Live. Ladies and gentlemen.